I'm at the back gate for moving up running times to prevent my sister from coming alone. I've been taking my brother along with me for runs. We tend to go at 6:30 in the morning and it's been really relaxing. My brother and I have also get along much better as a result, and I've gotten to know my brother a lot better. The problem is my youngest sister wants to join as well, but she's an absolute brat in terms of personality. She always snitched on my brother and I, and she's treated like the golden child by our parents. She also really annoying and has low tolerance and patience for anything difficult. Plus, I don't want to have a babysit a kid and run at the same time. My sister started waking up at 6:30 to try and catch us, and she would usually involve our parents. So for about a week she came running with us. It was pretty bad. She didn't know anything about proper racing or running form or mechanics and didn't really know how to expand the last amount of energy with foot placement. She will get mad at us for running for us so long and will get annoyed if we talked, since it disturbed her rhythm. I finally get tired of this and told my brother that we'll start early. For the next couple of weeks, we left at 4:30ish and just told our sister that we didn't want to run anymore, so she stopped waking up at 6:30. But now my brother is feeling bad and saying that maybe we shouldn't have lied. We should have told her up front she's not welcome. I didn't really want to have that kind of conversation. What do you think? I'm at the begging for not offering my mother my grant money. I just graduated high school a few days ago, and a lot of people have been sending me money as a congratulation. It's a lot of money so far, although it's been very tempting. I ultimately decided that I won't use this money and I put it towards my spending money for when I go to college in the fall. Attending school in a major city, so I need all the money I can get. I've also been working a job over the summer so I can save more money. When we left Crutch this week, the congregation gave me about $500. Because this was a lot of money, I asked my mom if I could some of it to get a pedicure, but she said no, and that it was for college, so I obligated. But a day after receiving the money, my mother told me, not asking me, that she was using my money to pay bills. This is not new to me. She has been using my money for a while without asking, and while she does pay it back, it usually takes a while and sometimes she doesn't give me my money back at all. She has access to my bank accounts. I haven't got a new one because I'm still freshly 18. I have been told I'm selfish when I get upset about this because my mom does a lot for me and my siblings as a single mother. At the same time, I feel like it is her job to provide those basic necessities, and I have been paying for most of my own recreational stuff since I was 16. Just today, I was talking to my grandmother, and she told me that my mom was upset and crying because I didn't offer her my grant money, even though she was the one who told me that I couldn't spend it in the first place. She already spending my money for bills, and I know she would have said no if I offered it, but she still just wanted to hear me offer it. Furthermore, she already gave my older sister $100 of my money that I handed to her for safekeeping because I didn't have anywhere else to put it. When I asked my grandma why she needed my money, she said that my mom is taped out from our graduation even though I spent my money on, like the dress I wore to graduation, the material to decorate my cup, nail polish I wore, the actual cap and gown. The tickets to graduation were free, and she didn't give me a grad gift. At most, she paid for my dinner we had, and she's going to put money towards my grad party in July. In fact, I have been going out of my way to make sure I didn't ask my mom for any money because I know that she has her own things to pay for as well, and I'm very upset by this situation. But I can't help but feel like a brat because I do have a lot of money and I didn't intend on sharing it. In a family where we struggle financially, we were raised to believe that we don't own anything and that we all gave our materials to be shared amongst the group as a team. And I know this. My mom requires me and my twins to give her all of our grad money, so it's not like I could stop from using my money anyways. But they still want me to offer. I'm the bad guy for not offering and acting selfish. I'm the bad guy for calling the cops on my neighbors. Me and my husband own a lakefront property. We went out on our porch this morning and we noticed a truck on our property down by the lake. We haven't even seen this truck before and don't know who owns it. We have also noticed a circular weird pattern around a footprint we have down by the lake from vehicles circling it, though we haven't been able to spot the vehicle responsible. We don't necessarily have problems with people using our lakeshore properly to go fishing on boarding, but they do need to ask us at least. My husband noticed some people in a canoe and tried to get their attention. They looked at him, said something to each other about a man being on the lakeshore, and continued canoeing. He waited 2 hours and then didn't come to shore or try talking to him. I went down and tried hollering at them as well. They didn't respond to either of us. At 3 hours, we called non-emergency and it turns out they had permission from one of our neighbors but not from us. The police encouraged us to have the vehicle towed, but another officer suggested bringing their vehicle down and using the PA system to get them to come ashore. We opted to try to get them ashore to talk before having their vehicle removed. Turns out the female of the pair was pregnant and had an active warrant for violation of probation and was feeling lightheaded. An ambulance was called by law enforcement, which removed her from the property. All my husband really wanted was to speak to them about coming to the residence and getting permission before launching a boat and leaving a vehicle parked on our property unattended for hours within us being aware. Some acquaintances have said that many have been hellish to involve the police, but we feel we gave them adequate chance to resolve it in a much more simple manner that they ignored. So, are we the big guys here? Emma the bad guy for not helping with the baby shower. My best friend and I have been friends for our whole lives so far, and until now have never had any issues. When she announced that she was having another baby, I was overjoyed and straight away asked her if she wanted me to throw her a baby shower. Also asked during the other pregnancies. Each time the offer was declined due to the fact she didn't want a baby shower. She didn't like them and just wasn't fused about having one thrown for her. At the beginning of this year, she texted me to say her sister and younger niece are throwing her a baby shower. We didn't have a discussion about it. One text, to which I replied, okay, I'll give them texts to see if they need help with anything. During the period between that text and saying baby shower, it wasn't brought up again. I didn't think about it much afterwards as I had a number of other things on my mind. I had 2 very poorly immediate relatives, a friend having surgery, a number of exams I was talking to do with my work, amongst other normal, everyday life things. A week before the proposed shower date, I texted my friend and asked if the shower was still happening. She said yes, but I could tell she was being off with me. We then didn't speak for a week, which is strange for us. I eventually texted and asked if she was mad at me, and she said yes, then proceeded to explain why. In a nutshell, she was annoyed that I hadn't texted her sister to help with the baby shower, and she expected me to want to be more involved in it. She thinks that because I didn't tell until close to the shower to find out if it was still happening, it was just an afterthought, an inconvenience for me. She also mentioned she knows I have a lot on, but she does everyone. She is upset by my lack of effort. The message was ended with I'm not being precious because I didn't want the baby shower in the first place. I then sent an apology. I said, summarized, that I'm wrong for not having texted your sister, and I should have reached out as I said I would. And in future, I'll be better at the communicating. This was ignored. I reached out a few days later to advise it will be best if I didn't come to the shower, along with another apology, and that I hope she has a great time. This also have been ignored, and since my last apology, no other texts have been exchanged. Here's the thing. Up until this, we have had no issues in our friendship, none, not even a bicker. We're always on the same page for everything. If we're not, it doesn't matter, we don't fall out about it. I go to all her parties. I babysit for her often. I've house sat for her a few times. I'm close with her family. I show up whenever she needs me. So I'm at the bad guy for not showing up to the baby shower, for not being involved in the shower, and for not asking if I was invited, as she mad at that too. So what do you think? I'm at the bad guy for telling my mom she has terrible taste in friends. I've always had a rocky relationship with my mom. We just have never clicked. She wanted to be perfect preppy daughter, and I've always been the electric kid. She wanted me to shop at stores like Hollister and American Eagle, and I preferred thrift stores, making my own clothes and rug stock. She wanted me to play sports or be a cheerleader, but after I broke my back in 7th grade, I couldn't. Cut to this year, and my mom is telling me about this group of friends that she's going on the trips with. I told her, that's great, and I'm happy that her and my dad are traveling. Then she tells me that one of these girls she's traveling with is a girl my age. It's my high school bully. This woman, let's call her Laura, tormented me. She made fun of me, spread a rumor through our confirmation class that I was pregnant, and a druggy even though I was a virgin till after high school. Used to show pictures of pigs in my locker because she said my nose made me look like baby. Pushed me into lockers, stole my clothes from my gym class, and so much more. I didn't say anything. I figured 10 years is a long time, and I'm not going to ruin my mom's new friendship by reminding her of our past. That was until she told me about their latest trip. She told me all the things that Laura was doing and how her mom must be so proud. Marrying her husband, her high school sweetheart. Opening a business with her husband in downtown, our hometown. Although I bit my tongue through. But then she started making comments about how Laura takes care of herself better than I do. Her words, she actually takes pride in how she looks. Make sure her hair is always curled for her husband, and maybe if took an extra half hour I could get a husband like Laura did. I snapped. I said Laura has to make sure her hair was perfectly curled to distract from the fact that she was cheating with other guys. I mean, she's been doing it since high school. My mom said that it's cruel rumor to say after all these years. I said you didn't seem to care. when she was cruel to me and spreading rumors that I was a drug addict and knocked up. My mom said she wished I could be more mature and move on from stuff that happened so long ago. I said I wished you had better taste in France and found some halfway decent people to spend time with instead of narcissistic former cheerleader who peaked in high school and now has to find her friends and people our parents' age. I left and haven't talked to my mom since. That was a couple days ago, but hearing from my dad she wants an apology and she thinks I should contact Laura and apologize and maybe take her out for lunch to get past this. I have no interest in either of those. I feel like I might be being petty. Honestly, I was fine with when my mom was friends with her, but hearing her compare me to Laura and how I don't stack up to this person who terrorized me was more than I could take. So, am I the bad guy here? Am I the bad guy for refusing to go to my little sister's high school graduation? My middle sister has extreme disabilities that requires pretty much all of my parents' attention as a kid. Time, money, and any extra resources were all given to my middle sister so that she could have doctor's tuitions, a special school, and etc. From the age of 5, I was pretty much left to raise myself, and when my youngest sister was born, I pretty much raised her too. I struggled a lot in high school, as I also have a mild version of my sister's disability, but it was ignored since her was much more severe. My parents did not help me at all. They ignored my concerns about my grades, rejected my request for a tutor, and did not seem to care at all that I was pretty much falling. I did not even have time to study on my own, as much as my life at home revolved around taking care of my sister. I managed to graduate and immediately took a retail job that I'm still at today. My youngest sister graduates this weekend, and my parents asked me to attend. The truth literally makes me want to throw up. By the time my youngest sister hits high school, my middle sister no longer lived at home, and she was on state benefits. That meant my parents suddenly had all the time and money in the world, which they used to get my youngest sister in an amazing private high school. They gave her tons of support, and she's graduating with honors and has an offer to attend any Ivy League college. It may be childish, but I do not feel like it was fair at all. I don't hold a grudge against my sister, and I have sent her a graduation card. But the thrill of sitting through a whole ceremony and hearing my parents talk about all of her accomplishments is too much. They are extremely upset about the fact that I said I wouldn't go. I haven't talked to my sister yet, but I assume she will be upset. So what do you think? Am I the bad guy for laughing when my oldest claimed my youngest kid is a golden child? I have 3 kids, 22 male, 19 male, and 10 female. This is ridiculous, but my middle child asked me to post it. We were having dinner, and my daughter didn't want to eat her veggies. Pretty normal, so she didn't get dessert. Sam made a comment that was pretty temp punishment, that didn't want to upset the golden kid. I laughed since I thought it was a joke. He then went on a rant about the punishment never matched up to what he went through. I told him of course that they wouldn't. You're at 12 years older. He says when he broke one of our ant vases, he got grounded and had to pay it back. I gave a toddler when that happened and time out. He kept bringing up situation about unfair treatment, but you don't give the same punishment for different ages. He stormed out. My middle child just told me I shouldn't have laughed. So am I?